Hello, dear learners. Welcome back to English Boost, your destination for improving English through real-life stories. Today's lesson is based on an emotional, thought-provoking tale titled My Son Left Me Alone. In this story, you'll explore themes of family, responsibility, trust, and the powerful bond between a mother and her son. Stay till the end for a vocabulary review and speaking practice. Let's begin. It was a quiet Sunday morning. The birds chirped outside the window. Maria, a 42-year-old single mother, slowly opened her eyes and stretched in bed. The smell of coffee and eggs wafted in from the kitchen. She smiled. Javier must be cooking again, she thought. Javier, her 13-year-old son, was not like other boys his age. He was calm, responsible, and mature beyond his years. After her husband passed away 3 years ago, Maria had only Javier to depend on. "Mom?" Javier knocked softly on her door. "Can I talk to you?" Maria sat up, noticing something serious in his tone. "Of course, honey. Come in." He walked in, eyes filled with determination, and said, "Mom, I've been accepted into the National Robotics Camp in Mumbai. I have to leave today. Alone." Maria's heart stopped for a moment. "Alone? Javier, you're just 13. You can't go to another city without me." Javier lowered his eyes but held his ground. "Mom, this is my dream. They only picked 5 students from the entire state. But I can't let you go alone," she said, nearly in tears. He gently touched her hand. "You taught me to follow my dreams. You always say, 'Don't be afraid to fly, even if the wind is strong.' Let me fly, Mom." Maria sat silent. Maria spent the next few hours pacing the room, thinking, what if something happened to him? What if he missed his stop? What if he forgot his medicines? But then she remembered how many times Javier had handled tough situations. The day the electricity failed, he fixed the fuse. When she had the flu, he cooked and helped her with her medicines. Maybe he was ready. Finally, she walked up to him and handed over a small envelope. "What's this?" Javier asked. "Bus tickets, snacks, emergency numbers, and my permission. Go win the world, my son." Tears welled up in both their eyes. Javier boarded the early morning bus to Mumbai. He was nervous but excited. He clutched the backpack his mother had prepared, filled with food, clothes, and her handwritten letter. On the bus, he met an older man who smiled at him. "Traveling alone, young man?" "Yes, sir," Javier replied. "Going to robotics camp." The man chuckled. "You're brave. When I was your age, I got lost just trying to find the library." They both laughed. Javier relaxed. He arrived in Mumbai at noon, successfully called his mother, and reached the camp safely. The camp was everything Javier dreamed of: robots, coding, competition, and brilliant mentors. On day 3, during a group challenge, his team built a rescue robot that could detect human voices in disaster zones. Javier led the programming and impressed everyone. The judge said, "You're the youngest participant, but you think like an engineer. Well done." That evening, Javier sat alone, reading his mother's letter again. It read, "You are my greatest invention. Go change the world." Back home, Maria waited anxiously for his daily call. But one evening, the phone didn't ring. She waited for hours. "He promised to call," she whispered. By 10 p.m., she panicked. She called the organizers. No answer. She called Javier's phone. Switched off. Her heartbeat raced. Her imagination ran wild with fear. At 6 a.m., her phone rang. "Mom, I'm so sorry." I dropped my phone in the water during the experiment. It stopped working. Maria burst into tears. "I thought I lost you." Javier apologized again and again. Then he said something that changed everything. "Mom, I just won the Young Inventor Award. I'm coming home with a trophy and a story." Maria waited at the station, nervous and excited. The train arrived. People rushed out. And then she saw him. Javier holding a shining gold trophy, waving with both hands. She ran to him, hugged him tightly, tears streaming down. "You left me alone, but I've never felt prouder," she said. He replied softly, "You were never alone, Mom. I carried you in my heart." Moral of the story: letting go is hard. Trusting someone we love, even harder. But sometimes, the people we think are too young are actually ready to lead. Javier taught us that courage has no age, and Maria taught us that real love means letting them fly. Vocabulary recap. Wafted, move gently through the air. The smell of coffee wafted in. Mature, behaving like an adult. He is mature beyond his years. Determination, a strong decision. His eyes were filled with determination. Permission, official allowance. She gave him permission. Panic, sudden fear. She panicked when he didn't call. Invention, something newly created. You are my greatest invention. Speaking practice and questions. Have you ever traveled alone? How did you feel? Would you allow your child to go to another city at age 13? Why or why not? What is the bravest decision you've made? Practice by answering aloud. Use new vocabulary in your answers. Thank you for watching this full story in English. You've just practiced listening, reading, vocabulary, and speaking. Don't forget to subscribe to English Boost and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep boosting your English.